Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the penultimate race of the season here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, for Tier 1 in 7th Gear Racing. Hopefully, we're in for a good one tonight. Looks like it's a dry start. No sign of any rain just yet. We know how much the game loves rain in Brazil. No one out of the pits just yet. As we wait the first driver to go, I wonder if anyone's going to hit their nose coming out of the pits, because it's very easy to do around here. First things first, pole time we're looking for. So last season's pole time was a Thomas for 106.834. Most pole times have been beaten this year, so we'll see if they can beat it. I've just had news from the paddock that it does look dry throughout the whole qualifying and race. So, good times. Looks like a couple of drivers are putting the mediums on. Interesting strategy, because obviously if you qualify on the softs, then it will be a two-stop strategy. You can do a one-stop with the medium to softs, but I think the optimal strategy around here is usually a two-stop. Yeah, it's 35 laps tonight. Of course, we do have championship qualifications. Of course, season 2 podium last year. Legendary won the race. Fitzy came second, which actually is only a podium so far in 7GR. And third was Epic Shotgun, who is now known, of course, as Elros. Legendary, of course, who won it. Of course, mention that this was his first victory in 7GR, so he'll be, of course, hoping to repeat that with the championship so close. There's 12 points. 12 points, cover the first 3. I'll go through the limitations once qualifying's ended. We'll put a little graphic up on the screen. And of course, Elros is the first one to cross the line. Let's see what kind of lap he can do. 15 corners here in Sao Paulo. A Marmite track for a lot of drivers. You either love it or you hate it. There's no other way, really. If you hate it, it's because you're rubbish at it and you're not very fast. If you love it, it's because you're very good at hooking up a lap and getting results. So, Elros starting sector 3. Let's see what kind of lap time he can put in. Would it be competitive? We're looking for a 106.8 compared to last season. What does he put in? A 17.9. So, not a bad start, I guess. Not the fastest, as Vaughn does a 18.0. Next across the line, you've got a Renault of Fury Knights, 107.4. So, look at that. So only 6 tenths off, as Rapid does a 7.2. Next across the line will be this other... Who else we got? We've got Renaults, we've got Ferrari across the line start laps. Have we got anyone actually near the end of the track? Fitzy on his mediums, what does he do? He does a 111.0, so looks like either a mistake or some traffic there. For Fitzy, that's a very uncharacteristically slow lap. Zeno in Tier 1 tonight. See how he gets on before his inevitable promotion next year. Elite Risk on the mediums also. See if he can put any kind of competitive lap time on those mediums. We'll start on the mediums. Raw, of course, you could still do a medium soft or a medium soft, depending on the game. What's him to do? Takes the tightest line, he keeps left, minimises the track, and he goes third. What a lap on the medium tyres from Elite Risk. 107.8. I have to say, I was not expecting that for the medium tyres. Well done, Elite Risk. It was a superb lap. As Fitzy goes third on a 107.8 as well, half a tenth quicker than Elite Risk. So, that could alert other drivers to start on the mediums. Very interesting, because usually when you see cars go out in medium tyres, they're usually quite the way down the order. So this could open up some good strategy options for the race, which is all good for us. So as we wait for other cars to do their laps, of course Dewey Depri making his debut in Tier 1 tonight, I believe. He'll be wanting to show what he can do. Podgy Porter once again here in Tier 1. He is in lap, of course, Mr. Depri. He won't be starting another lap. Is anyone out? Let's see what... disappointing first lap there, 108.6. He won't be happy with that. Oh, that's legendary. I missed that. Look at that, 106.860. So, 3 thousandths slower than last year's pole time. They're getting closer, and that's 4 tenths to Rapier. What is Thomas? Thomas is still in the pits, of course. He hasn't gone out yet. I wonder how many runs he's going to want to do. Big Stu on his outlap. He's got this race and one more to try and get points. And still 0 points on the board for Big Stu. As much as he tries, it never seems to work out for him, does it? If you watch us regularly. So, as a quick overview of the standings, as I mentioned, it's very close at the top with 2 races to go. Our current leader is Fury on 138 points. We've got Thomas second on 128 points. And we've got Legendary on third on 126 points. They are the top 3. They are the title contenders. Okay, Gorniak, who is missing tonight, is on 105 points. And Pro Gamer, who another one who is missing tonight, after his superb performance last week, he is on 99 points. Constructors, looking good for McLaren. They're sitting pretty on 187 points. Mercedes is second on 145. I say joint second with Renault, who are also on 145. And you've got Alfa Romeo on 128 and Alpha Tauri on 118 points. So, with just under 10 minutes to go, most drivers have set a lap. We'll just stay on board with Stu. Let's see how he's feeling. Can we go flat out round here? He does, but you can see the amount of turn he's having to put into that steering wheel. On this pad, of course. Let's see what kind of laps Stu can put. Obviously, there's a short lap round here, so the field should be quite close together. Let's see what Stu does on his first attempt. He doesn't keep left. He does a 108.619, so he jumps above Zeno. Oh, and Jake looks like he does a spin. Coming out the first chicane. Unfortunate for Thomas, for Jake, I should say, as I go on board with Thomas. Let's have a little ride on board with him, shall we? 10 points behind Fury. He won't want to get their way in. I think Thomas will be delighted that that there's no rain. We've seen Thomas struggle in the rain this season, and there has been some. So in the dry, he'll be loving it. Let's see what we can do. Going to third into that corner. Matching those revs. The ARS flap open. Will he keep to the left? He does, and he sets a 106.9. So the second driver into the sixes puts him into second place. Good lap there from Thomas. So that's him 3 tenths ahead of Fury. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind if this is the way the race finished. Legendary first, Thomas second, and Fury fourth. That would set us up nicely going into next week's finale at USA, I believe. I imagine Jake, is he? Yep, so good lap there from Jake, 123.4. Definitely no mistakes or a spin. We didn't see anything like that, did we? Michelangelo still in the pits, yet to set a lap. I imagine he'll be doing a one and done, as we've got more drivers out, and Rapier looks like he's almost 2 tenths up on his previous time. What can he do? Oh, he goes faster with a 170, but he keeps in third position. Fury still in the pits. We've got David out there in fifth position. He's on an outlap. All right, Mr. Legion driver. He looks like he's on a bit of a slow lap by the looks of things. Fitz, he stopped, so he's either on an in-lap or an outlap. Trying to get out of the way of drivers. That is, that's not where the tarmac is, Fitz. What are you doing? There you go. Maybe some early mind games. How he's going to try and block Thomas and Legendary. Trying to get Fury this championship. So then, what about Defrey? How's he doing? Looks like he's over a second behind on his previous time. Is that his sector of time, Mr. Believes? Will he pull in, or is he... Yeah, he's pulling in. Elite Risk. He's it was third at one point, wasn't he? Down in 10th now. Because it was Elite Risk and Alros that went out on the mediums tyres. And now you see both of these guys are now out on the softs. Who's first? It is Alros who'll be crossing the line first. What can he do? He moves up to 6th. And Elite Risk aborts like that. Oh no, you can see them on the red here validated. Of course, I always miss that. So, good lap from Alros, puts him up into the top 6. Stick about all those people in the... That 6.8, 7.8. So the first 11 separated by a second, which of course is almost an eternity when it comes to Formula 1, but should be in for a very good race. Michelangelo still not coming out. We've got just under 6 minutes to go. We have McLaren on track, which I believe was David. He is almost 4 tenths up. This could be a very good lap from David. And it is. He goes up into 4th. 107.1. So I don't know. I think that could be it from David. I'm not too sure if he'll be able to get back into the pits and put another set of tyres on. As Fury is on an outlap. He's out pretty early. So he's not looking to get out, be one of the last across the line and wait for that track evolution if there is any. But while he's out first, let's have a ride on board, shall we? With our championship leader. Of course, Fury this season joined with Thomas. 2 wins each and 5 podiums. Very consistent, competitive stuff. Only Legendary has more podiums so far this season of 6. But Legendary has only won the 1 race so far. Pro Gamer, who I mentioned earlier, who isn't racing tonight, he's won 3 races. He's the only driver in the championship to have won more than 2 races. Ooh, down to second there for Fury. Getting that extra bit of 10 into the corner. Oh, that's a massive tail work, and that is the lap ruined. He won't be improving now. Will he try and abort and go in? He's definitely got time. Has he got the fuel load to maybe go again? No. Let's have a look. Will he pull in or will he go for another lap? No, he's coming in. Oh, so he's got time because obviously it's a minute lap, so he's got time to do it. Is that Legendary? Has he just set a faster time? No, he's in the pits. For some reason, it's like flashed on my screen. Fitzy up into 3rd. What's a lap there from Fitzy? The 3rd person into the 6s. 6.950. Last year's pole time yet to be beat. Come on, lads. You always beat it. Elite Risk there. That you can see he's just under a 10th up. How's Vaughan doing? He crossed the line. He goes just over a 10th faster. He's now done a 17.887. Let's see what Elite Risk can do, shall we? As you see, Michelangelo, he's out on the track as well. Now on the final bend. Of course, this turn, this corner here is actually known as turn 15. It's not really much of a turn, but there you go. Oh, Elite Risk abort. Oh, look, he's aborted because the red. I've seen it again. Right then, we've got Jake. He'll cross the line. 15 seconds up on his previous lap. What is this going to be? Oh, 108.1. Not bad. As Michelangelo puts his Red Bull up into 7th position. Great lap from Michelangelo. We've seen him qualify outside the top 10 in most races so far that he's been involved in. So that's a good lap there from Michelangelo. Only 6/10 of pole. Slightly quicker than his teammate. So who is going to be the last? Look, none of the top 6 are coming out just yet. I wonder if they're all just going to sit there and accept where they are. David, he's invalidated his lap. He's 6/10 down, so he'll be aborted. Or will he do another one? Nope, he is aborted. Jake, we know he's on the in lap. What about Zeno? Down there in 18th position. Surprising, really. Zeno's a very fast driver. Maybe Brazil isn't his track. But this will likely be his last run, so we'll see if he can keep it within the track limits and not invalidate his lap. A minute 40. 2 minutes. So probably about 2 minutes to go then. Because obviously the timing screen's always usually a bit wrong for us. Let's see what Zeno can do as he comes around the second to the last corner. I missed a split time, like a bell end. Sound like the loss of engine power there, strangely. So what does he do? 108.2, so he only goes up to 15th position. Surprising there from Zeno. I have to admit, he was obviously after seeing him in the rain in Tier 2, along challenging Brendan. It's quite surprising to see him that far down. Anyway, we've got Fitz up in 10th position. He is on a fast lap. He's 28 thousandths faster. This will be his final lap. Can he get himself higher into the top 10? Keeps left. No, he doesn't. Does a little bit right, and he improves, but doesn't see him move up the table, so he stays in 10th, and that is Fitz done for the day. So not a lot of help for his teammate fighting the championship there. We've got a lot of guys on that lap. Fitz is still in the pits. Oh no, he's on his outlap now. So Fitzy will won the last two cross the finish line. That's from the low magic. He's when this time stops. So Fury then 2/10 up, going through. How can you be 2/10 up? He hasn't even gone through the first sector yet. What are you doing, game? There you go. Ooh, 14 fast, not enough, Fury. You need to find another 4/10. Oh no! Look, it's red. He's invalidated, and that is it for Fury. So that is it. So that is sixth, a maximum of 6th place for Fury. So as it stands, he is currently behind Legendary and Thomas. Oh, wow. Rapier starts his lap. Currently in 4th position. Legendary, how's he getting on? He's around there. Ross, you got any drivers? It's hard to tell where everyone is. Podgy Porter now down in last position. Where's Stu? 15th for Stu. Well done, mate. In the 107s. Get that there. You're beating Jake so far. Zeno and Podgy Porter. Right, let's concentrate on the front then, shall we? So it looks like. Is that Fitz? Is he? Where are they on the track? So he's there. And he's there. So it looks like Legendary will be the first to set their fast lap. He's got a red ball ahead of him. Will he be nicking that toe? Will he improve on his time? He keeps left. He does improve by 1/10. So there you go. He beats last year's pole time. Well done, Legendary. Rapier, it's a fantastic lap to go into P2. What can Thomas reply? Comes around the final bend. Will you keep left, Thomas, or will he drift to the right on the racing line? No, he keeps left, and he does. Oh, 106.8. See, look at that. Last year, Thomas 106.834. This year, 106.835. 0.001 slower than last season. If that isn't consistency, I don't know what is. What about Fury? Can he do anything? No, he's now 7th. He will be starting in 7th. That's a disaster class for Fury, and all his teammate now down in 13th. But in a way, that could actually work out quite well for Fitz, because he can start on those mediums, and then if he can keep up with the front runners, he'll be able to slow down Legendary and Thomas. We've got a good, exciting race in front of us, folks. Is Stu on a lap? Oh, look at that speed. 2 minutes and 15 laps so far. Will he improve on his time? Oh, no, he's aborted. Unlucky, Stu. Right then, so let me see if this overlay will work and we'll talk through it. Let's give it a chance to come up, see if it does. Nope. Right. Bear with me 2 seconds. Let's go to the extensions. All this technical mumbo jumbo. So we choose that one. That's now selected. So hopefully, in a couple of seconds, there you go. So title race. Here we go then. So Fury can clinch the title tonight. It's looking a bit unlikely after that qualifying, but as you can see on your screen, if Fury Knights finishes first and Thomas and Legendary both finish either 6th or lower, then the title is his. If Fury Knights finishes second and gets the fastest lap, Thomas needs to finish 9th or lower and Legendary 8th or lower to win the title. And if Fury Knights finishes second, then Thomas needs to finish 10th and Legendary 9th. So, interesting times ahead. Let's just exit that overlay now. Okay. So then, qualifying. We've got Legendary on pole with a 1:06.7. Great lap there. Thomas on the front row with him in second. Got Rapier up in third. Fitzy fourth. Elite Risk fifth. David in 6th, Fury 9th, down in 7th, Alros 8th, Michelangelo 9th, good qualifier from him. Legion Driver rounds up the top 10. Right then, sorry about that, folks. We'll try and get back into the lobby. Hopefully it hasn't disturbed things because obviously I'm the host. So we'll see if I can actually get back in. Otherwise, more technical joys. Come on, please let me in the session. Error, failed to join. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Come on. Right, please work this time. Come on. Come on. Pray. Oh, there we go. Alright, spectate. Let's hope that hasn't messed things up. Let's hope it actually joins. Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Ooh, that was that was a bit nerve-wracking. I have to be honest with you that. Never like that. So then, let's run down the grid order. We did the first 10, didn't we? If we go to race director, we'll be able to see the bottom 10. So 11th, who will have the tyre choice, was Dowie Dupree. Finley in 12th. We've got Fitz up in 13th. Vaughan 14th. Podgy Porter 15th. Good qualifying for him to get ahead of Stu. Jake there as well. And Zeno down in 18th. Watch out for Zeno because he's got some speed. So to me, he is very much out of place. And hopefully he'll be steaming up. You can see a few drivers here. Obviously, this might not be their final tyre choice, but two drivers already looks like they want to start on the hard tyre. Hopefully, the connection to the race will hold up and got the message. Got the message that we're going at 1 minute past, so we've got a couple of minutes to catch our breath and enjoy what's going on. Okay, go on, Nick. Fitzy better get P1. Where did he get in the end? Was he fourth? So not too bad there. Okay, go on at fourth position. Yeah. The way this is shaping up, we've got a very good chance to see Fury see if he'll come through the field. But this is definitely an opportunity for both Legendary and Thomas to get that gap back up. You know, if Thomas finishes first, Fury finishes third, that 10-point gap goes down to 0 for the final race of the season. You know, it's and then that's going to be. I kind of think we all want that, don't we? Thomas to win, Legendary second, Fury third. I think that's probably what's best for the championship going into the long race. So everyone, we've got a boo Fury tonight. Right, so we just got under a minute to go before lights out. Be a quick race this one as well. Obviously the lap time is probably being in like the 110s during the race. Once the fuel loads come down. No reports of rain, so we should have a clean fight to the end. There we go, 1 minute past. Jake has readied up. 30 seconds and lights will be going out. It's going to be an awkward turn one here. That first chicane will always catch people out the first lap. I imagine we'll see a couple of people running wide. There'll be a few wings lost. So hopefully none of the front runners will get caught up and have their race ruined, but will inevitably happen to someone. Here we go then. 3 lights, 5 lights, and we are go! Legendary looks like he's got a good start. Thomas up into second. The top 7 still being the top 7. Michelangelo's jumped Alros into 8th. It looks like we're clean drive in the background there. Looks like he's gone wide from turn 1. It's Horace Michelangelo after that good start. Legendary is able to. Looks like he's. Oh, hello, what's going on here? He's kept his nose in front. You got a yellow flag. It's one of the McLarens. That's David. Oh, and he's had an early spin. He was up there, wasn't he? So that's a shame for him. And Fury Knights already has a 3-second penalty. In the chat, it's just a controller's run out of battery, so now he's having to race on his wheel. So So Fury is at a real disadvantage tonight because he had a lot of practice on that wheel. And we've got another yellow flag in sector 2. Who is it this time? That Legion driver, it looks like he's gone down. Vaughn's lost a couple of places. Big winner off the start has obviously been the guys at the back. Stu running in 12th. He'll be getting a nosebleed soon, getting all those points. Podgeport up into 10th. Great stuff in Finland, up into 8th. As it looks like we've got an overtaking to turn 1. Is that Fitzy? He lost the place in Fury Knight. This is up into 6th. Look at him trying to use the excuse. So then, have a look at the tyres. How did they start? So obviously, we did have 3 drivers start on the hard tyres. We've got a couple of people on the mediums. So we've got a lot of people. And we've got 3 people in the pits, unfortunately. The wing change. None of the front runners. And Zeno having a rotten luck, isn't he? I tipped him to possibly come through the field, but look at that. He's down in 16th position, unfortunately. So then, back to the front. Legendary has his half-second lead over Thomas. As you can see, the pit stop strategy, apparently a 1-stop. You can do a soft to hards, or you can do a 2-stop. Soft, medium. I imagine with these guys, they'll be trying to stretch that 1-stop. Stretch those softs as long as they can. They'll be hoping for a safety car. Kind of ease of that. Let's see what Fury can do. He's currently sitting behind Fitzy. Fitzy covers the inside line. Right, got it. Interesting to see how Fury does tonight. I mean, if it was me, I'd be spinning all over the place. Right then, Finley, the first of the medium runners. He's got a great start, of course. He is right on the back of Alros. He's showing some good pace tonight. Finley's been unlucky so far in his tenure here at 7GR. Look at that, he's already out of the RS. I'm guessing that's a long battle for him. Fury Knights, of course, already with a clutch of having a 3-second penalty. We have DRS now available, so let's follow Thomas and see if he can do anything, because this will be the time where he gets it. 6/10, I mean, they've got a long straight here. As Fitz gets past Podgeport, so Fitz up into 10th position now. Let's see, will Thomas go for it? He can always get himself closer here. Go for the first chicane, and then obviously get him into turn 4, I think it is. Only gets to within half a second, so DRS not working a lot around here. We've got the Hasses running in 3rd and 4th. Slide them up, Gunther. I think they're definitely outperforming that Hass, even though I know very equal settings. So the top 6 all within striking distance of each other. Rapier has fallen out the DRS zone. So it looks like he hasn't been able to keep up with his qualifying pace as of yet. Alros has fallen 2nd behind Fury Knights. Finley still within that 2nd. Depri up there in 9th on those hard tyres. I wonder how far he'll go into the race. He could essentially, if the gap stays quite small, he could potentially take the lead of the race. But look at that, he's already almost 5 seconds behind Finley, and he's coming under enormous pressure from Fitz on those soft tyres as Fitz goes around the outside. Oh, this can't end well. Oh, and that side by side, going the last corner. Good move there. Depri really struggling on those hards. You can just see the amount of grip and speed those softs have as Podgeport also gets past Depri. And Depri now, we're looking to have a move on Fitz. Want to stick his nose in there? No, he keeps it tidy. Going into the first chicanes. Let's see, can DRS get him any closer here? Not really. If anything, the gap's stabilised a bit there. Of course, Fitz his next victim, or he'll be chasing his Finley on those medium tyres, as Fitzy also now has a 3-second penalty. So, interesting. Rapier now 2 seconds behind the front 2. Thomas, I think right now it looks like Thomas is biding his time. He's keeping within that. He's still 6/10 behind. He says a purple sector 2 according to the game. So we could be seeing a fastest lap here. It looks like he's a bit close as well. He's only 4/10 behind. Will he be able to actually overtake? Legendary covers the inside. Oh, he hits the wall! He taps the wall. Did he get any damage as they defend? Have Legendary got any damage? We saw him tap the wall there. It looks like he's got away with it. Well, that was very fortunate as Thomas now has got a DRS again, and Thomas gets past, and yes, Thomas is into the lead of the race. The championship is on, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3 up into 3 and 6 for these two. It's looking good. Can Thomas now pull away from Legendary? We know that Prime Thomas could quite easily pull away by half a second on lap here. What kind of mood is Thomas in? Is he in the championship winning mood? Can he put himself in the best possible position for next week's race in the USA? The last race, of course, on this game, on F1 2020, before F1 2021 is released on the 16th of July. Rapier fallen 2.5 seconds behind, and you can see already Legendary has fallen back by 8/10. He will, of course, get the DRS to help him. 7/10 now. Let's see how close he'll get. Obviously went past him, but DRS, that was worth at least 3-4 to him right there. So if Legendary can keep smart, he'll be able to keep in that DRS zone, as Elite Risk has got past Rapier into turn 1. The two Hasses going for it. One for a bit of team orders came into play there, as we see Zeno a 3-second penalty, and Michael Andrew has got past Depri, who seems to... I said he might take the lead earlier, but he seems to be really struggling for pace on those hards. I think the hard tyre was definitely not the way to start. As we see Jake, I mean, he's up into 14th, so he's enjoying those hards a little bit more. He's currently chasing down Stu on his mediums, and Stu is the next one to be looking at Depri. Look at this, we've got fights all the way up and down the field. Rapier, look, I don't think he's got damage, but Fury Knights has passed Fitzy there. An orthodox space. I didn't actually see it myself, but he's got past him. So Fury Knight's up into Fitz. Up into Fitz. He's got past Fitzy into 5th. So the championship fight, he knows he's got to get a move on. Pad or no, or wheel or no, he's got to get up into 3rd. At least to do the minimal damage after that qualifying. He's only 8/10 behind Rapier. Rapier, of course, as Fitzy has gone into the pits. Does he have damage? Yes, look, you can see a nose cone is ready, so somewhere Fitzy has got damage. I don't remember seeing that, but he's on for a fresh set of mediums. As Stu has got past Depri. Depri really not enjoying those hards. Let's see if Jake can get past him. So it might just be Depri not liking these hards, whether it's a setup or not, I don't know. Either way, he's tumbling down the order after a great start. Stu up into 11th place now with just 1 point. 1 point. 1 place outside the points. I feel like Stu is the George Russell here. I said Thomas is the Hamilton of the virtual world. I think Stu might be the George Russell. Never quite gets the luck to get that point. Today could be that day though. He's just under 2 seconds behind Michelangelo. I mean, he's on the mediums, so he will be able to go longer into the race. Finley up into a good 7th position. A great start for him on those mediums. He will effectively take the lead when those front runners pit. If we have a look at the positions change, you can see Finley's up 5 places. Good guy there. Porter up 6 places into 9th, and you can see where's Depri. Look, he's just Jake's overtaking Depri now. So Depri continues to fall down the field. All those cars overtaken him. He's still only lost 2 places from his starting place. Jake up 5 places. So he's making those hard times work for him. Looking good so far. As I said earlier about the DRS, Legendary really is keeping him in that half a second, isn't it? He's keeping that DRS. He's got a little less ERS than Thomas, so Thomas does have it to burn if he wants to defend. Elite Risk, I wonder if Rapier looks like he's recovered from whatever was causing him to be a little bit slower. Elite Risk is now falling 5 seconds behind the front 2. And Fury Knight is up in there in 5th, just waiting to pounce. Will he make a move into turn 1 here? He doesn't. He thinks against it. Obviously, Rapia in front of him does have DRS as well. They can't obviously be in the same bias. You'd think Rapia would be going left, right. But then we saw Elite Risk was behind him. He was right behind him. So it looks like these Haas drivers are very close to each other in terms of the pace. Alros 3 seconds behind the top 5 now. He'll be looking for a strong position. And Finley, still, he's just over a second behind Alros. Finley shows some great pace here tonight. I didn't know he had it in him. Obviously, he tried out Tier 2 last week, but more unluck for him. So, good to see Finley up there in 7th position and showing what he can actually do. He's done a few races with us now. Of course, as Mr. Vision has pointed out, Alros only lasted... He didn't even last 1 corner last week, did he? So he's only 9 laps past his best from last week. And Finley, now look, he's within that second, and he's got DRS. So those mediums were really doing well for Finley. Looks like they were the tyre of choice. As Jake is now, he's less than a second. Look at Depri, he's fallen almost 2 seconds behind Depri. As Michelangelo gets past Roger Porter. So Michelangelo back up into 9th position. What about Stu? What about Stu and Jake? Are these two? I think Jake's a bit too far behind there. Up front we've still got Thomas under a second ahead of Legendary. That will obviously keep that way until if Legendary drops out that DRS zone. That DRS is keeping him in good stead. Elite Risk there. Rapia now is only 4 tenths behind. Let's see if he can catch up. See, it's only 5 tenths, but that looks like a long way behind. The DRS is not. You can see the gap coming down, but in distance and car, it didn't look much at all. We go through the first couple of corners. As the penalties start to rack up through the field, obviously Brazil, a notorious track for the track limits. It looks like Elite Risk just has Rapia's number. And Fury stuck behind these two on the DRS train. Brazil usually an okay track to overtake. But obviously proving difficult today. Legendary still within that half a second of Thomas. Bit of game of chess here from these two. It's been interesting to see who comes out on top. So it could well be that it finishes like this. Thomas could win and Legendary could finish second, and the gap will be under a second. It depends, I guess, who blinks first. As Fitzy is back in the pits. Has he lost another wing? He has. Look at that. He's lost his end plate. So he's obviously gone for a spin somewhere. A horrible race for Fitzy. Obviously, Gorniak cursed him in the chat by saying you better get P1. And I mean, I suppose if you turn the table upside down, he is P1. So yeah. Oh, and Big Stew's retired. Oh, and look at that. That's a strange place to lose a wheel. But lose a wheel he has. No VSC or safety car just yet. What happened to Stew? Is his car still there? His car's there, so what has happened there? That is odd. I'm sure Stu will give us an explanation. And I'm sure it will be a BS. Right then, back up the front as we see Alros. He's had what's happened there? Alros is going slow. It looks like he's having a moment because he's dropped down to 8th position and he's let Fitz up into 6th. Finley up into 5th position. Fury Knights has pitted. He's the first one to pit, so he's looking for the undercut on these Haas drivers. We've got the Haas drivers now come in to cover Fury. Elite Risk dives in. Rapia goes round for another lap. The leader's still going round. So then, Elite Risk responding to Fury Knights. Let's see if Fury Knights. Let's follow him a little bit and see if he can do the undercut. my sports correspondent just told me. Apparently Italy are winning 1-0. Go Italia. Right then, Fury Knights. It's gonna be close. But it looks like Elite Risk keeps his position. What about Rapier then? Rapier will be going into the pits at the end of this lap. Or maybe, you never know, he might even go a bit longer. Finley up into 4th position. I'll tell you what, if he finishes high up, Finley's on for the drive of the day here. Superb drive so far from Mr. Finley. Right then. I probably cursed Stu, didn't I? I said he was heading for the points. He did a George Russell when he retired. So then, Legendary has gone into the pits. He's going for the undercut. Interesting. So let's see what Thomas will do. How will Thomas? I imagine Thomas will probably pit this lap because he won't want to lose too much time. Where Rapier goes into the pits, Finley up into 2nd position now. Finley will of course now inherit the lead when Thomas comes in. Superb stuff. As Michelangelo up into 4th position. He's yet to pit, of course. Aros up into 5th. Elite Risk. Let's see where he comes. Let's see what will Rapier do. So Rapier, he comes out ahead of Fury. So it's status quo for these two. If anything, it looks like Fury's actually lost some time. So maybe it was a DRS train that was keeping Fury up to those two. Because you can see the Elite Risk was gained over a second, but obviously Elite Risk now stuck behind Aros. So that gap he got with the undercut will be eradicated now, and Fury Knights 2 seconds behind Rapier. Considering he got the undercut, I'm very surprised he's that far back. But of course, again, as I mentioned earlier, his controller batteries have run out, so he has had to switch to the wheel that he's not too familiar with yet. As anyone knows. Oh, and that's a big tail wag from Fury. It's very easy to spin there. With a wheel as Thomas still going round on those soft tyres. He's really stretching those tyres, isn't he? This could really be handing the. I mean, Legendary will definitely get the undercut. We'll see what Thomas's sector times are like when he goes through sector 2. See how far he is behind, how much time he's losing on. Because these are old softs, they're going to be screaming. I mean, in a way, if he's done 16 laps on softs, he could do 20 laps on mediums here. So, is Thomas pulling them over the field here? There's 20 laps to go. I mean, if I'm Thomas here, I'm pitting, and I'm putting the mediums on. And he stays out again. What's his lap time? So he does a 1:10.9. He's a second off his own pace. Let's see what Legendary does. I think obviously Legendary just comes into the pit, so his time won't be representative just yet, I don't think, unless he sets a good lap here. So what was it, 1:10.9 for Thomas and a 1:10.2. So he's currently 0.8 a lap faster than Thomas. So Legendary has the lead as Finley pits. Finley on the mediums, and he is now out on the hard, so he'll be going to the end. That promotes Fury back up to 7th place. He is currently behind Jake and looking to retake that 6th position. Look at that, he's fallen 5 seconds behind the two Hasses. This really is damage limitation now for Fury. And he still can't get past Jake. Oh no, this is bad for Fury. Good for the championship, bad for Fury. Fury has been looking really strong. Let's get those batteries, those AA batteries for Fury. Get them ready for next week. It looks like that's cost you dearly. As Michelangelo up into 3rd now. Again, another person who's yet to stop. The gap as Thomas finally pits. Really put those mediums on like I thought he would. So 18 laps on softs. Surely he's got to do, what's that, 18 laps on mediums. Yes, he does. There you go. There's the alternate strategy that the game doesn't tell you can do. 17 laps on the softs and the rest on mediums. As Legendary will of course now take the lead, but Thomas is on that faster tyre. The gap will probably be a couple of seconds. So far, it's only, look at that. Thomas, all those old tyres, he only lost 1.6, 1.7 seconds. So very good last couple of laps there from Thomas. As Michelangelo is down in the pits, and he comes out currently in 9th. Will he come out ahead of Fitz? And Michelangelo does the same. Obviously, I imagine they're in the same party discussing strategies. And yes, he does. And Michelangelo comes out ahead of Fitz. Interesting strategies coming into play here. So then, how quick will it take Thomas to catch up? Legendary's hard will likely be warmed up now, and the gap will surely come down. Maybe not quickly, because Thomas won't want to burn those tyres out too quickly. They've got 5 seconds over Elite Risk. Rapier has got that gap down, so he's back in the DRS train, and Fury Knights has finally got past Jake. We'll see when Jake pits. No, Jake hasn't pitted just yet. He's still going on those hards. I wonder if he'll be pitting the next lap or two, and he'll probably put the softs on. Fury Knights now 6.7 seconds going to 2 Hasses. So, oh dear. So then, the gap at the top still, well, it's coming down slowly, 10th by 10th. It's coming down. This could be the absolute masterclass, a master stroke from Thomas. No one saw it coming. As Michelangelo gets past Depre, who's still on those hard tyres. He's in the points though, Depre, but of course he's yet to pit. As is Jake, who's up into 6th, who's in 6th position. Fitz, of course, the Renault's obviously having a disappointing race today, which would be a big blow for the constructors, because Mercedes are currently 1st and 9th. And McLaren, who are, well, I tell you what, McLaren, who are running away, they were 40 points ahead. Obviously, no pro gamer tonight. They've got Podgy Porter and David driving from them, both drivers outside the pits. So constructors-wise, this is a good race for constructors. So then, here comes Alros on Fitz. He go around the outside. He does go around the outside, and Fitz, he's not going to get that up too easy. But they're still running side by side. Great racing from these two, as now Alros goes for the inside. Excuse me. But no, look at that. Fitz able to use that ERS and stay ahead of Alros on faster tyres. Look at that. Thomas now has the gap down to under half a second. Will this be the lap? Look at that. Thomas has got all the ERS in the world. Will this be the lap that Thomas makes his move? Look how fast he's closing that gap. ERS lap open, ERS fully engaged. And that is an easy pass. The Thomas master strategy is working. 25 points potentially in the bag. Let's have a quick, who's got the fastest lap? So Thomas also has the fastest lap. So it's not just 25 points. He's potentially now on 26 points. Oh, so that, I mean, he's definitely, if it stays like this, he is in the lead. Oh, excuse me, as I yawn. Are there some bot drivers? No, everyone is still racing. Fitzy is in. Oh, he's lost that wing again. What is happening to Fitzy? I don't think I've seen him have such a bad race. What's happened there? I'm not seeing any yellow flags. Obviously, I'm probably missing them, but he's having the race somehow, isn't he, Fitzy? Vaughan down there in 16th position. Just pitted a couple laps ago for his fresh mediums. And look at that already. There's your ahead of DRS. But he just went outside that second. Will he get DRS here? And Fitzy has retired. He's gone into the pits and he's given up the ghost for the day. Unlucky Fitzy. Just wasn't your night, was it? Right then, Elite Risk still holding that final podium position. The Haas is looking really good. Fury Knights, the gap is 8 seconds now, so he's not bringing that gap down. It looks like, well, he hasn't settled for 5th, but he's certainly not making inroads into the cars in front. Jake up there in 6th position, yet to stop. Him and Depri still yet to pit. So as it stands, it looks actually, look at that, actually, saying that, if this table is correct, 5th place is 10 points. So this will potentially, if this stays is, Fury moves on to 148 points, and Thomas moves up to, what's that, 148, 154 points. So, yeah, Thomas, well and truly in the driving seat as it stands. Legendary Wii plus 18, so he will go up to 140. God, my maths, 144 points he'll be going up to. So yeah, it's going to be a close battle. Don't really have any battles on the track at the moment, do we? We've still got Aros behind Fitz. Let's stay with these guys for a little while, shall we? See if Aros can get that extra point for 9th position. Of course, Aros on the podium here last season, taking that 3rd position. And Fitzy, of course, retired, he was 2nd. So, yeah, not a good race for these two so far. Right, let's see what he can do. How much ERS? So they've both got a similar ERS. And you can see on the straights, Fitz just, he's not pulling away, but yeah, look at that. Michelangelo up into 7th as Jake finally pits to put the softs on. Will Thomas's fastest lap be under threat now with those fresh softs? Having said that, or even if Jake does it, right now he's outside the top 10. So I'm interested to see if Jake will get the fastest lap. As Zeno pits, I imagine he'll be pitting for some softs. Zeno, another contender for potentially taking the fastest lap away from Thomas. What does he put on? Yes, he puts on a set of softs. Where's Depri? Has he pitted yet? He has. Depri put the mediums on. So he went all that way on hards and he's put the mediums on. Better safe than sorry, I guess. Maybe he didn't have a fresh set of softs. As Podgy Porter running in the points at the moment. I have to say, right now, I'll tell you, if Stu had retired, I think he'd be in the points right now. But unfortunately, that is the luck you get sometimes. As Thomas's gap at the front is now 1.8 seconds. Thomas looks like he's got this covered, doesn't he? A man who makes a few mistakes. When he doesn't make a mistake, they're huge, and it often ends in a lot of point losses. So I'm going to stop talking about how he's going to win because I will give him the commentator's curse. Fury, he's got the gap down by a couple of attempts, but he needs to go a bit faster if he wants to get more points. And Rapio is now falling outside the DRS on Elite Risk. So Elite Risk looks like he's got that final podium place wrapped up. Let's ride on board with Aros, shall we? Let's see how, whoa, look how close he gets to the gearbox. Those medium tyres, obviously. I mean, the hard tyres, they don't seem to be the right race. Obviously, they go long, but they don't seem to be a nice race tyre as Aros gets a big slap of oversteer there. So that will put him a few more tenths behind Fitz. Finley, look at that. Finley up there in 6th position. He's made a stop. Fantastic work from Finley. Still headed for driver of the day, I reckon. Anyone in the chat listening? Anyone disagree? Anyone else think Finley deserves it? Certainly, let's have a look at positional change, shall we? So, yeah, Finley up 6 places. Kept his nose clean. Obviously, we've still got 10 laps to go, so you never know what will happen. He is currently under pressure from Michelangelo as well. So we'll see if Michelangelo can overtake him. Michelangelo up 2 places from his starting spot. Nice camera angles. See, why can't we have more camera angles like this? And I bet you now it will go, as we come into the overtaking section, it will likely go into the chase cam or some cam that doesn't make any sense. Right then, Michelangelo, half a second behind. Can the DRS help him at all to get past? It's closing. Will he go for it? He does. He sticks his nose up the inside. Then he doesn't fight too hard. And that's 6th place for Michelangelo. Easy overtake there in the end. Finley down to 7th position. Let's see if Fury is currently 8 seconds behind the few others. So we can make any inroads. As Jake has got past Podgy Porter for the last points position. Maybe Jake can be driver of the day. Look at that. Up 7 places into the points as Aros and Fitz still going at it. This is definitely the closest battle. What has Aros got to do to get past? I think Aros, what he needs to do is he just needs to save up that ERS, get it to about 50-60% and just apply it all on that front straight and just give it one big welly. Because I think they're both, you can see they're both struggling for ERS. So this could be a long night for Aros, just sitting behind Fitz. He's sitting in that dirty air, so he's not doing any favours to his tyres. We've got the hards against mediums. Those mediums won't be faster for too much longer. But the gap is only 2 tenths now. I'll stick into the outside. Fitz. Ooh, you heard that lock up. That can't be good for the tyres. But obviously then compromises Alros' exit. Fitz, because of the lock up, Fitz almost gains a couple of attempts. Yep. Another lock up. Fitz. Zaros must be getting really frustrated. Jake is only he's only 4 seconds behind these two. He's on those fresh softs, so there's a chance that Jake could catch these two up. Look at that, and by that it was 4 seconds. It's now 3.5. So Jake can definitely catch these two, but he's got to save some of that ARS if he wants to get that 8th or 9th position. Up the front, Thomas now has a 3-second lead over Legendary. So he's looking very comfortable up top. Elite Risk has got a time penalty. So that now automatically puts Rapier up into the podium. That's unfortunate for Elite Risk. He's doing very well today. Obviously they're going to get a penalty. And get that podium. Fury Knights still keeping that gap to 8 seconds. Michelangelo looks like he hasn't been able to catch him. He's 9 seconds behind him now. He's slowly pulled away from Finley. Fitz 9 seconds behind as with Aros, he looks a little bit closer this time. Fitz goes to the inside. Oh, we're on the grass. Round the outside for Aros. Oh, he's off the track. Oh no! That could have been a lap, but he went off the track. And no luck for Aros that time. I think this is definitely the battle to watch as Jake is now only 2 seconds behind these two. And Jake does have penalties, doesn't he? So, where is it? Here? So Jake has 3 seconds. So, interesting. There's 6 laps to go. Jake only a second half behind. It's doable. Let's ride on board with Aros now. Let's see what happens from this point of view. Both drivers low ERS, but look at that. Fitz has got the warning light for the fuel. Aros not making much inroads there. Fitz able to keep ahead this time. No attack. Look, you can see how much the hard tyres don't like turning in. Here we go then, Aros. What can he do at this time? Fitz goes for the racing line. Not quite think he goes for the outside line again. Fitz keeping that inside. They're very close. Fitz still keeping his car there. Disconnect. Oh, good racing from these two. That could have, and that is how you race, folks. That could have ended Very nasty, but very good racing from those two. As Jake is now under a second behind. He can smell blood. He's on those fresh softs. Can he get past these two? Because if he does, of course, he needs to build that 3-second lead as well. And they've finished in football. It is now Italy 1, Spain 1. Not too sure what the minute is, but I imagine we're approaching near the end of the second half. So then, 3 cars as Aros goes to the outside of turn 1. And he's done it, he's got it. He's actually got past. Has Fitz got anything in return? He's used all his DRS, Aros. And now he'll be under attack from Fitz. Fitz has the DRS. And Aros is out of DRS, and Fitz goes back past. But he's, a little bit of argy-bargy. Jake up the inside. He's on the outside. Can we keep it in? Or Jake first. The game of chicken. Jake loses. He's the first one to break. As it looks like we've got Vaughan who's driving around he's just getting laps in the and what's going on here? Oh, it's a spin! It's Jake! Oh no! Oh, and that is thrown away those potential points there. Oh, of course I missed it, didn't I? Has he got wing damage? He has! Oh, what a shame for Jake. Oh, he's burning those tyres up. He's pissed. Oh, so unfortunate. He was looking good for 8th, maybe even driving the day. But, 32 laps in, he's done himself there, unfortunately. As the battle continues with Aros and Fitz. Aros going around the outside again. This time he does have a little bit of DRS, but Fitz, once again, will now have the DRS. Aros goes to the inside. Fitz tries to go there as well. There's no room there. Well, can he make it work? He goes up the inside. Is he back past? He is. He's back past. Great racing from these two. This never ending. Never ending from these two. Superb stuff, you two. How much longer can they go? How much longer can Fitz keep Aros behind? Dear me. It's the most exciting battle on the track, but it's the only battle on the track. Right then, let's follow Aros again, shall we? Will he try something different, or will he try going around the outside again? He's using all his ERS. What's Fitz doing? Fitz no ERS just yet. He's a bit further away this time as well, so he won't be going for a London turn 1. As Fitz still has that fuel light, so he's very close to the limit on the fuel. Right then. What's Aros got in his tank this time? He's going for the outside again as Fitz comes across. And oh no, it looks like we've had there's been a coming together and Fitz has lost out there. Oh, what a shame for these two. And it looks like Fitz has lost some of his end plate as well, so that's ruined his race. Oh, what a shame for those two. Superb racing all along, and it looked like there was a little clash of wheels, and of course in this game when you clash wheels, one of the cars goes spinning, and this time unfortunately it was Fitz. Obviously he's got that wing damage, but he doesn't pit, then 10th place will be his. Aros 15 seconds behind Finley, so I doubt he'll be making any kind of inroads. And really, I hate to say it, but 3 laps from the end, and that is pretty much that. Thomas is over 4 seconds with the legendary now. He is coming up to lap someone. Is that an AlphaTauri? Will that be the leading driver? He's coming up to lap. Elite Risk still needs another second and a bit to keep that podium. Otherwise, Rapio will be stealing it off him. Fury Knights got the gap down to 6.3 seconds, so he's found a little bit of pace. It won't be enough though, unfortunately. But too little, too late, unfortunately. But we live and learn, don't we? Rubber kids, batteries. Michelangelo sitting there pretty in 6th position. Finley there, solid race for him. He's in 7th. Fitz staying out, and Fitz is now under pressure from David. I wonder if David can pile on the misery for Fitz. So Fitz is going to be feeling that wing. It looks like, is that going to be a yellow wing or is that a red wing? Can't really tell. Either way, can David get by? Can he nick that last point off Fitz? Which way will Fitz go? Going to the outside, David. Oh, another bump of wheels. Fitz determined not to lose that final place. He goes on the outside and looks like David's got it. No, they're both on the track at the front time. Fitz has the DRS, so it looks like he'll be able to get back past and keep his position. Wrong camera. And he does, and David's slightly off the track. So, deja vu. But instead of Fitz and now, and he outbrakes himself there and allowed himself into the back of Fitz. Luckily, no damage to Fitz, and it doesn't look like David's had any damage either. Oh yeah, is that an end plate gone? Yep, he's lost his end plate after that little hit. Oh well, we're on lap 36. Where is Thomas? So then, Thomas, bit of a masterclass from him today. He kept it calm. Nothing spectacular from Thomas. He attacked when he needed to, got past at the first attempt. Then he ran really long on those soft tyres, eking them out as far as he could. And he went onto those medium tyres from lap 18 he pitted, wasn't it? 18 laps on the softs, 18 laps on the mediums. Ariel Thomas will cross the line, and he is your winner here in Brazil. Fantastic race. Well done, Thomas. Legendary picks up a second position. Well done to you, sir. Elite Risk will cross the line in third, but it will be Rapier who takes the final podium place. It is. Great result for Hasso in the constructors. Fury Knights will cross the line in fifth. He'll be mixed emotions for Fury, I think. He'll be happy that he finished with the wheel, but he'll be disappointed they forgot batteries. Michelangelo will cross the line in sixth position. Good race from him. Finley, definitely a contender for driver of the day today. Alros will cross the line in eighth after what felt like a race-long battle with Fitz for that eighth position. He'll cross the line in eighth. Podgy Porter. Who saw this coming? Ninth position for Podgy Porter. He gets 2 points from McLaren. And Fitz crosses the line in 10th for the final points. David, I keep calling him David. David, 11th. Depri will cross the line in 12th after he only lost one place in the end after that disastrous first stint on the hard. So good racing in there. Not a lot of racing up front, but that happens. The game has given driver of the day to Fitz. Maybe for all that fabulous defensive driving. Either way, Thomas back on the podium. Back on the top step. That is, let me just check the records here. That is Thomas's first win in, this is seventh. Oh my goodness, he went 6 races without a win. He's back on that top step. He's the second driver now on 3 wins in the season. And that will see him to the top of the oh no, Cino's done a 45-second lap. Oh dear. Right then, order. Thomas, Ariel Thomas, victory. Well done, Seth. Great strategy to take those softs longer. Legendary, a good second position. He'll be disappointed not to finish first, but second is better than fifth. Rapier, third position of him. Good podium, kept it clean. Got that podium on penalties, well done to you. Elite Risk, fourth position. Good race from you there. Fury up in fifth. Again, bittersweet race for him. Michelangelo up into sixth. Started ninth. Good race for him. Finley, I think my driver of the day in the end. 12th up into 7th for you. Really good first stint on those medium tyres. Really worked well for him. Alros in 8th. Podgy Porter up into 9th after finishing, after starting 15th, I should say. Fitz finished 10th after all that battling. Shame it kind of ended the way it did, but he still managed to get a point. David, 11th after starting up in 6th position. Depri, after that horrible stint he finishes 12th. Unfortunately, couldn't get quite the others. But that then is the end of the race. Thank you for tuning in, folks. We are not back tomorrow because apparently there is a football game tomorrow. Apparently there's an England game. Apparently it's coming home. I'm not too sure. That's what people tell me. Anyway, if you've enjoyed that, tune in on Thursday for Tier 2 around Silverstone. That'll be 8:30 PM on Twitch. I'm not too sure who will be in the comments box. It could be Fury. Either way, guys, thank you for watching. We have a Discord, we have a YouTube channel, and of course, if you're watching right now, we have a Twitch. Duh. Make sure you like and subscribe, all that jazz, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.